So fundamentally, this planet, as many people have discovered and are talking about, has had a long history where there's been interaction with galactic civilizations from many, many different worlds, including the Arcturians, the Sirians, the Pleiadians, and many, many others. And what has resulted from that long millions of years of history, actually, where there's been that contact and interaction, there was a period still a long time ago, millions of years ago, when a group of beings from other planetary systems who were not particularly benevolent and really their fundamental goal is to take over and run planets and make them basically serve their needs and interests, that happened to this planet, even though that was not the intention with the creation. But in fact, this came about because there was an anomaly in the time-space continuum. They were able to enter into this system and implant themselves here. At that time, there was then a huge debate within the Solar Council whether or not they should be allowed to stay or be removed. And the decision was to allow them to stay and be part of our evolution, which has been true ever since. And they have done their best to try to control and set up systems to maximize that. But at the same time, on the light side, there has been a tremendous amount of attention given to this planet from the spiritual masters and other high beings from other galactic systems. Although the beings from outside the planet were not allowed to directly interact with us as humanity in any way, helping us, because the idea was that we would learn to make choices between the light and dark approaches to life, and by going through those choices and the results, we would learn to make better choices in the future. That's basically been the modes of evolution for our planet. And meanwhile, the dark side was given pretty much free rein to do whatever it wanted, but that is now has come to an end. So this has all come about. There's been a long, long history of all kinds of schemes and plans, and many people know about some of them in part or in whole, but there really has been a huge struggle between the light and dark about this planet and its future for a very long time. A struggle for the soul and the well-being and future of the Earth. That's really been, and humanity has to make this choice. So we've been making many different choices all along the way. So the reality now is that the control forces control fundamentally through controlling the financial system, the political system with money, and they use all kinds of other telepathic and control mechanisms that they had available to them, and they were gaining more and more power and control on our Earth. Notice I'm saying this in the past, and this is a very important fundamental point, that the control powers, the dark powers, which were really 50 reptilians who came in here and set up the fundamental systems, enlisted a lot of humans to cooperate with them, and established all these control systems, including the financial system with interest-based money, with the control of the political people, and manipulating the medical care, and everything on the planet has been interfered with intensively. So they were moving very along in their agenda to basically exert control totally, and kind of like the Nazi vision. But they made one fundamental gigantic mistake, and that was after 9/11 was the great mistake that they made. And 9/11 was a plan to exert tremendous fear, create fear by having the attacks, and giving them the freedom to institute the Patriot Act and all these other things, which would allow them to gain almost total control of our planetary life.